how do you see machine learning in relation to the stuff that you think about on a daily basis?
So I think about a lot of stuff on a daily basis. You narrow it down a little bit. Okay, yeah. So actually I was thinking about that as you were speaking. I was just thinking about, like, I feel like the perspective of someone who is spiritual, or like spiritually minded, or like thinks about spirituality, it's very much like it's about getting back to your roots as a human being. Like, so it's like a lot of it ties in with indigenous cultures, because it's like how are humans like evolved to survive? Like, what are the strengths that we have innately within us that enable us to thrive in our environments, in our natural environments? And I feel like machine learning and the whole artificial intelligence thing is really interesting, because at least from what I observe in the spiritual community, a lot of people in the spiritual community villainize artificial intelligence.
Really?
Because I mean, not like directly, because I feel like a lot of them aren't even exposed. They just hear AI and they think automatically.
They think it's bad. That's the general.
They think automatically to what it has been shown as in
Terminator.
Media. Yeah, in like the media, right? It's like, oh, AI is bad because it
can get out of control and all these other things.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't have that human quality, like that natural Mother Nature put it in, you know what I mean? So it's like, because Mother Nature herself did not directly create anything that comes out of AI, then therefore it is detrimental to humanity. And I think that's a belief a lot of people hold, and so a lot of people have fear about the future of AI and a lot of resistance to it, but mostly because they don't know what the positive benefits of such technologies are as well. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's so easy to make a headline that's like, Elon Musk says, remember what was that headline that it was literally around for so long? It was about how Elon Musk made a statement about how scary AI is, or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's made statement. It's more a tale of caution. It's just saying, like, we're not explicitly programming these things to do anything. They're learning by example, right?
Yeah.
So if you give the AI bad examples, it's gonna do bad things.
Yeah,
and this ties into the concerns that are coming up about, like, image classification algorithms. Mm-hmm. Like, it can be used in good ways and bad ways, right?
Explain what image classification algorithm is to
so
someone who
it's
doesn't
like
know.
what I said before, where you can have like a picture of a cat, and then the algorithm will learn what a cat looks like.
Yes.
And then be able to say, like, give it a new picture of another cat. Yes, this is also a cat. So things like that are super useful in medicine, because, like, you can give it a picture of an X-ray or an MRI or something, and mm-hmm. it can identify cancers and a whole bunch of different stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it can also be used for bad, in that, for example, in some countries, it's being used as a tool to spy on the population and basically give an identifier to everyone saying, yeah, that's Bob, right? We don't like Bob, so we're going to track him, and we're going to set up cameras all over the country.
Yes.
We're going to know where Bob is all the time.
Yeah. And this ties into just like, it's a tool. It's not inherently good or bad.
Yeah.
It just is.
It's like a knife isn't bad.
Yes.
Right.
But
it's
it
whoever's
has
holding the knife
power.
that can...
It holds power.
Yes.
And that's, yeah, so I guess it all really does boil down to people are scared of the power that artificial intelligence
can bring.
Possess.
Yeah.
Like, the people who know what it is and can the people who can what? The people who know how to use artificial intelligence can wield a lot of power.
Yeah.
Basically. And that's what people are scared of. And
yeah.
so it just goes back down to, like, do we trust other people? Or do we trust humanity? I think that also, it's like people are scared that AI is going to go insane, because I feel like that their perception of that is very reflective of how they perceive humanity. And so if they believe that most of humanity is inherently bad, then they're worried that the algorithms are going to pick up on that and start acting in the same way. But in reality, not all humanity isn't inherently bad. It also isn't inherently good. It's up to each individual person to figure out what path they'd rather walk on.
Yeah, and the algorithm is gonna pick up whatever biases the creator has, right?
Yes, exactly.
So if you're trying to use it as a lie detector or something like that to analyze like micro expressions in your face, if like in your population you're training it on, like there's some sort of systematic bias where because of like historical events, let's say colored people are more likely to show that in that context or whatever, just because that's the people that they've forced into that situation.
Yes, exactly.
Then it will show that bias going forward.
Yes.
So you have to take corrective action if you're trying to remove biases from these algorithms.
Yeah. But then again, like, to correct these biases, the people who are creating these algorithms and training them are first going to have to correct it within themselves. Otherwise, they won't even recognize that the biases exist.
Yes.
So it's like, I feel like it's very, like, the future of artificial intelligence is very intertwined with how just society progresses from here on out.